Very good morning, students. For this session, I'll give a brief introduction about engineering graphics and the drafting tools or the drawing instrument which is being used to prepare a drawing. What does it mean engineering? Engineering means applied science, which is nothing but applied science. It talks about that is technology. Technology is a technical aspect and concepts of the man-made machines, robotics, instruments, then high-rise buildings, electrical and electronic machines or systems, etc. Right? Then it comes to graphics. Graphics means drawing. Right. Language is a medium of communication. Similarly, graphic language is a mode of communication by means of sketches. That means communication of ideas through sketches is probably the oldest form of communication amongst humans. Right. What is meant by engineering graphics? This is a graphical representation of an object containing the details of shape, size, dimensioning, etc. Graphics, engineering graphics is the universal language of the engineer. Engineering graphics or engineering drawing is prepared in a country, is adapted in any of the country in the world. So, the applications of the engineering graphics or engineering drawing. Engineering graphics and engineering drawing is a core subject for all the branches of engineering. Right. When you talk about the robotics, mechanics of solids, transmission systems, CNC tools, which comes under mechanical and production engineering. As far as civil and architectural engineering, we talk about high-rise building, dam, auditorium, then big buildings, malls, so which comes under civil and the architectural engineering. As far as electrical engineering is concerned, talks about the schematic of circuits, wiring diagrams, panel design, etc. As far as electronics and computer science engineering is concerned, this is used for the schematic of IC, that is integrated circuits, printed circuit board, that is PCB microprocessors. Right. When you talk about automobile engineering, IC engines, that is internal combustion engines, hydraulics, steerings, right, it's basically for the automobile engineering. Then aeronautical engineering, jet propulsion, lofting, then stimulation of aerospace, so which talks about the aeronautical engineering, isn't it? So I just briefed about the topic of engineering graphics. Now, the instruments which is required to prepare the drawing, that is drafting tools are drawing instruments. So, without which you cannot complete or prepare any kind of engineering drawings. First, drawing board is required. Second, drawing sheet. Then mini drafter, scale, compass, set squares. We have couple of types which are 45-degree and 30-degree and 60-degree. Then pencils, eraser, protectors, clips. So this one is called drawing board. So over the drawing board we can just keep a padding sheet. Over the padding sheet you can fix the drawing sheet to draw the drawing. Drawing sheets. So we have plenty of sizes: A4, A3, A2, A1 and AO. So for the normal case we use A4 size. The size of or dimension of this paper is 210 by 297. So as far as A3 is concerned, 297 by 420 mm and A2 420 by 594 mm and here 594 by 849 mm. So A3 is the size is preferred to practice or draw or engineering graphics. For an Anna University question, that the answer sheet is provided with A3 size sheet, right? Comes to mini drafter. This is the mini drafter. The drafting machine is used by the professional draftsman to draw the or to prepare the drawings or drafting the drawings. Right? It combines the functions of T-squares, set squares, protector and the scale. Right? This is the miniature version of the drafting machine. It's known as mini drafter. This is being used by the students to prepare the drawings. So this particular clamping screw, this clamp is to be fixed on the drawing board, right? This is double barrel bar and by adjusting this knob you can draw horizontal line, vertical line, parallel lines, perpendicular lines and if required inclined line is also possible with this one device, that is a tool, mini drafter. Scale. This is a wooden scale. If you want to have a plastic, that is a transparent scale which can be used to draw or to connect 2 points by drawing a line. Then compass. The purpose of compass is to draw an arc or a circle. So this is the compass. To hold the pencil, there is a knob. You can adjust the knob to fix the pencil. Set squares. So we have 2 different types of set square. This one is 30 60, that is 30 degree 60 degree set square, and this one is a 45 degree set square. Basically this is used to draw the parallel line and perpendicular lines, or to join 2 points. When it comes to pencil, so drawing pencils are different from the ordinary pencils. Right. Here the pencils differ from the grades. You have 2H. 2H pencil is to draw the projection line, continuation line, extension line. Right. This is hard grade. H, this is medium grade. H pencil is used to draw the visible edges, visible outlines. And HB, that is soft grade. This has been used for the borderlines, titles, and freehand sketching. Eraser, you should not use the word rubber. As being an engineer, you should say this is a pencil eraser. Right? Protector, this protector is inscribed in the set square itself. This is to measure. The purpose of protector is to mark the angle or measure the angles. Right? Then comes to clip. These clips used to hold all the 4 sides of the drawing board, right? To clamp the A3 sheet paper over the drawing board. Fine. So as I said, engineering graphics is the universal language of engineers. Right? Every language has its own rules of grammar. Similarly, engineering graphics has its own grammar in types of lines, lettering, and dimensioning. Right. So first comes lines. The description of this is a continuous thin line or continuous narrow line. Continuous thin or narrow line. The application of the continuous narrow line is extension line to draw, extension line, projection line, dimensioning line, and it goes on. The second one, continuous wide line. Continuous wide line or continuous thick line. The application of the continuous wide line is for the outlines or object lines. Object line are visible edges. Third, the dotted lines. Dotted line or dash line. Dash line. The application of dashed line is for the hidden edges or hidden outlines. Comes to the fourth one under lines. Long dash, narrow line. Long dash, dotted line. This has been used for the axis, then center, then the lines of symmetry. So, long line, wide, narrow is being specified. So, both the ends being widened. This is the application for this long dash wide line is for cutting plane or section planes. Fine. So, I taught you about all the different types of lines where it is being used in the drawing. Now comes to lettering. So, letter is nothing but writing of titles, subtitles, then to draw freehand sketches, right? Lettering. The main features of this lettering is legibility and uniformity. So, lettering is nothing but it's a freehand drawing. It's not something writing. It's a freehand drawing. So, a poor lettering may spoil the appearance of the drawing. So, you must practice well. The lettering should be look like it is printed. Instead of just scribbling, you should practice well to write something. Suppose I want to write all dimensions are in mm. So, what I do is draw a guideline. It's a thin line of height 5 mm. So, the height of the letter is 5 mm. All. To start the next word, you must leave a space of 3 mm. So, all dimensions. Suppose I don't have any space on the right hand side, I want to continue in the next line. What you have to use is leave a gap of 0.5 mm and draw the guideline. So, the height, total height should be so there is leave a gap of 1.5 mm. So, the height should be 6.5. So, now all dimensions are in mm. Mm is the unit of dimensioning, therefore, you should not use the caps or uppercase of the letter, right. Next comes the dimensioning. So, dimensioning is further classified into 3. that is chain dimensioning or continuous dimensioning, parallel dimensioning, and combined dimensioning. So dimensioning is the vital role, that it plays a vital role as far as engineering drawing is concerned, because it specifies the size of the objects, right? So suppose I draw a drawing in this manner. This is an object, assume sine dimension. So I need to just give dimensioning for this. So I am going to use the chain dimensioning here. So this is nothing but the extension line, should be drawn by using 2H pencil. This arrowhead, when you use this arrow, you should fill up the arrow. If this is W, assume if this is W, this length should be 3W. Remember it. Assume this is 30, that is mm. See, always the dimensioning of engineering drawing, the unit of dimensioning should be always in mm. And this groove we need to specify, assume this as 10 mm. Further this is 30. Mm. So this is continuous. On the same line, I mentioned all the 3 dimensions of this particular object. That is chain dimensioning or continuous dimensioning. Now comes to parallel. So I am going to use the same object . This is 30 mm. Up to here, it is 40. So this groove with this 10 mm, from left extreme, it is 40. So 40 minus 30, it is 10. The total length of this object is 70. 70 minus 40, you will get 30. This is parallel because this dimensioning line is parallel to each other, right? This is outline or object line. This is extension line. This is dimensioning line, right? So now we will see the combined dimensioning. I change the object. Let me just change the object in a different way. Right? The reason why I am just drawing the axis line or the center line is the circular object, therefore I need to specify the center of the object. So now the distance between this groove is 20, let's assume, and from here to here it is 20 again. This is chain dimensioning, right? Now I am going to draw the parallel dimensioning here. This dimensioning line is parallel to this, right? So therefore this distance could be 70 minus 40, 30, right? So the distance between this line and this line should be 100 minus 70, that is 30, right? This is combination of chain and parallel dimensioning, that is combined dimensioning, right? So there are few symbols which has been used to indicate, symbol to indicate pi is a diameter. Diameter of the particular circle. Radius, R stands for radius, and this represents the square. S pi. Pi means diameter of the circle, right? S pi means spherical diameter. Spherical diameter. SR represents the spherical radius. Suppose I have a circle of 40 mm diameter. So as I said, you need to mark the axis line as being circle, right? I need to specify the diameter of the circle. I can do in two ways. So this is the total diameter, right? So you'll have to use the simple pi. Pi 40. That means diameter of the circle is 40 mm. There is another one method. This is also a circle, right? I need to specify in terms of dia. I can do in this manner. So this is nothing but the leader line to specify the diameter of the circle. So circle diameter should be specified by pi. Then radius, I have an arc in this manner of radius 25 mm. Again, I am using the leader line R 25. So I have covered the dimensioning. Now scaling is important. There are three types. One is true scaling and reduced scale and enlarged scale. Where is being used? Suppose I have a scale of dimension 50 mm by 150 mm. So this is 50 mm and the height of the scale is 150 mm. I would be in a position to draw the scale within the available A3 sheet paper. So I can mention the scale as true scale. So that is 1:1. So whatever the dimension of the scale I have captured on the drawing sheet. Suppose I have a bigger scale of dimension 300 by 600. Let us assume the width of the scale is 300 and the height of the scale is 600. The A3 sheet, the size of A3 sheet is 297 by 420 mm only. Can I capture this particular diagram on this A3 shootable A3 paper? No, it is not possible because the size of the scale is bigger than the A3 sheet paper. In that scenario, what you have to do is you have to take the reduced scale. So I am going to use scale 1:2. That is 1/2. When you draw this particular scale, you have to consider 150 mm. That is half, right? 150. Here the height is 300 mm. So that is reduced scale. Then comes to enlarged scale. Have a small object of 10 mm. I have a small object 10 mm and the height is 20 mm. Height is 20 mm. If you plot this drawing or draft this drawing on this A3 sheet paper whose size is 297 by 420 mm, this particular object will draw it on the A3 paper which will be a small size. So in order to enlarge this particular drawing on the A3 scale, I'll use scale 10:1. So whatever I draw on the A3 sheet paper should be, the width should be 10 times of the dimension. So this should be 100 and the height should be 200 mm. So the blow-up view of this particular object can be shown on the A3 sheet paper. So you must follow the scaling or choose the required scaling while drafting the drawing. Fine. So in the upcoming videos, I'll teach you in detail about each chapters of engineering graphics. Till then, I am Jay Vishayan, sign off for this session. Thank you.